First off, and give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Mukhar Kodash, double lines unto the apostles, elders, and VMS that teach us his word, and shalom unto the hopeful elect upon the four corners of this earth and try to make it up out of here. So this lesson that I want to bring out is going to be about loyalty unto your Akim, because I want to title this lesson, "How deep will your loyalty be in the last days?" Because you have a lot of people now that say that they're going to be 10 toes down for their brethren, and that they won't fold in the last days. But you gotta make sure that you hold strong by that statement, because there's a lot of hardships that are coming up. There's a lot of hard times that are coming to us in these last days. These prophecies are real. These concentration camps are gonna be real. Having to be on the run in the wilderness is gonna be real. There's gonna be, again, like the scriptures say, there's gonna be a time like never before, like no one's ever seen before. And so things are gonna get very hard, and the easy way out is gonna be to take that chip, but you're gonna be folding on your brother, and you're gonna be turning your back on your brother, and if you do that, you're gonna be you're gonna be no better than Judas, like when he betrayed Yahushua. Because what are all of us as brethren fighting for? We're fighting to get up out of here. We're fighting to feed the flock and to have Esau destroyed, and so that to have America destroyed, so that we could get up out of here. We're just awaiting those times, right? So if you're prophesying against this chip, if you're prophesying against Esau, and all these things that you're prophesying about right now, all these things you're preaching, if you turn around and get that chip in the last days, you're going to be betraying all your Akim, because you were fighting with them. You were fighting alongside them. You were putting out them videos too. You might have been with Akim when everything pops off, but if you feel like things would get too hard, and then you fold and go ahead and get that chip, then you're betraying your brethren. You're betraying the Most High. Here I get Proverbs chapter 17, verse 17. It says, "A friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity." So here, let's get the definition for that word adversity, because it says a brother is born for adversity. So this definition here, I'll get the pronunciation.
Strong's H 6869. Tsara, tsara.
So it says straits, distress, trouble. And I'm not worried about the second definition. That's not the definition I'm looking for in this context. But it says straits, distress, and trouble. So a brother is going to be born for that distress. A brother is going to be born for those straits and that trouble. And you gotta make sure that you're that brother that's gonna be there for Akim in the last days. You're that brother that's gonna be fighting alongside your 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 Akim. Or you can say you can talk a big game right now. Say that you're not gonna fold. Say that you're gonna be there for your brethren, but you gotta prove it in the last days. You gotta prove that your loyalty runs that deep. Here, I'll get a Hebrews chapter 10, verse 25. Yeah, I'll bring it up to verse 24. It says, "And let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works, not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, as the manner of some is." So what does that mean right now, right there? Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together. So here, first we gotta get a couple definitions. So first we're gonna get the definition for that word forsaking. So here I'll get the pronunciation.
Strong's G 1459. Ekatalipo. Ekatalipo.
So that definition is to abandon or desert, leaving straits. And what was when we got the scripture that our brother is born for adversity, one of the meanings of that word adversity was straits. So it says leaving straits, leave helpless, totally abandoned, utterly forsaken, to leave behind among, to leave surviving. So we go back to the scripture. It says, not forsaking the assembling of ourselves t- together. So now I'm going to get the definition for that word assembling so that it just gives a little bit more clarity to the scripture. So yeah, here's a definition of that word.
Strong's G 1997. Episunagoge. Episunagoge.
It says a gathering together in one place or the religious assembly of Christians. So us in this truth, we are that religious assembly of quote unquote Christians, which we aren't really. That's where blue letters going off. But that assembly that it's talking about right now is us in this truth. Is talking about it's talking about us in GMS, or us in general, that's in this truth and doing what we're supposed to be doing. That's that assembling. Or if you have Akim in your camp, that's that church, or that assembling of quote unquote Christians is talking about. That camp that you have with your brethren, that's that assembling as well. So it says, not forsaking or abandoning the assembling of ourselves together as the manner of some is. So it's saying that some people are gonna be like that, or some people are like that now, but you're gonna have people who will abandon that assembly in the last days. It says, but exhorting one another, and so much the more as you see the day approaching. So this is more of the time frame of this is more before things start to pop off, but you got to make sure that you don't abandon your assembly. It says right here that that's the manner of some people in this truth right now. They you talk a big game. You say that you're going to be loyal. You say that you're going to be strong and that you're going to have that warrior spirit. But how are you really going to act when things really start to pop off? What are you really going to do? Ask yourself that. What are you really going to do? You got to prove that to yourself as these times get tougher and tougher and tougher. Are 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 you gonna abandon your post in the last days, or are you gonna fight side by side your brother? You gotta ask yourself that. You gotta get your mind mentally prepared for that, because that here I'll get John chapter 15 verse 13. You gotta be mentally prepared to 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 lay down your life for your brother and in his truth. That's who you're fighting for. That's who you're fighting side by side. Because there's always going to be casualties in war. Not all of us are going to be able to make it out of here, and there's going to be a lot of Akim who die honorable death, who die for this truth. And the Most High is going to bless those people, but nevertheless, there are going to be people whose life gets taken away for this truth, and you might get you might one of us might fall victim to that, fighting alongside one of our brothers. But John chapter 15 verse 13 says, greater love had no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. So are you gonna have that type of mental, that type of where's your mind gonna be? Are you gonna be able to lay down your life for your Akim, for the people that you're for the people that you're rocking with right now in the last days when things get hectic, when a brother's in trouble? Are you gonna really put yourself out there to go save him? Are you gonna seriously put your life on the line for another brother? You need to ask yourself that. Would you seriously take a bullet for your Akim? You gotta think about that. How deep does your loyalty lie? You can talk that big game right now, but you gotta remember that times are about to get tough, and you're gonna have a lot of people that won't be able to take that. And just continue to ask yourself that question: how deep does your loyalty lie? How much are you willing to do for Akin? How much are you willing to do for the Most High? So, hey, with that being said, I'm gonna give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Machar Kodash, and Shalom.